This is a late 40s, early 50s automotive style block flusher and radiator flusher, manufactured by the Aero-Motive manufacturing company, patent pending. It's still was relatively new when this one was produced because there's no patents on it yet. This thing had been leaking a lot of water. What it does is you fix a hose in here and your air hose in there, water top, air bottom. You have a on-off valve to turn on, turn off, or turn on the flow of water through this hose, and it comes out here, and you put it in the radiator hose, and then you can flush. You can back flush the block and the radiator. It had been leaking a lot. It's leaking out of here. It's leaking out of the bottom. I already took this handle off, this lever off here, but it was missing an O-ring and a something to hold that O-ring in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to thread this off of the hose end, and we're going to set the hose end aside. Actually, we'll set it up in the toolbox, and we're going to work on this right now. So, to take this out, we need the Allen. Back this off like that. A little more maybe. Okay, need a wrench. I mean a pry this bad boy off. There we go. I'm gonna set that aside. Take the 1¼ inch. We're gonna remove this. This is the on-off water valve. This comes out like that. And as you can see, here's your hole. That would be off. That would be on, allowing the water to flow through. There's a old rubber gasket there. We're going to redo it with some Teflon tape and see if that does the trick. If not, we will be forced to go get some kind of a rubber gasket and try to fit it over there. We'll take this apart next on the top. This is the on-off valve for the air. Back that out like this. We have this piece with another original old rubber gasket. You have a spring. Then you have this piece with the rubber cup on the bottom. This goes in to there, drops in, and the rubber cup seals against the inside, and that stops the flow of air from going through. So we'll take this out like that. Now, what we need to do is we need to put an O-ring. So when this goes through there, we need to put an O-ring so it fits on here, like that. And then the O-ring is going to slide all the way down in here, like such, but we need something to hold the O-ring in place. So I went to the hardware store and got this little fitting. This little fitting doesn't fit completely on here. This is 1/4 inch, so I gotta drill this out, and I'll just drill it straight through and eliminate this little nipple. Yeah, I already mic'd this out, and it is 1/4 inch, 250 thousandths. So we're just going to take and go off camera for a second. We're going to put this in the vise. We're going to drill all the way through. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to take and thread this down. And this will thread down into there and hold the rubber O-ring in place on the shaft. So I'm just going to take and, you got to like use your imagination there for a minute. Drill loosened up, bit loosened up in the chuck. So we go. Now we need to be careful about friction. So I ain't reaching over there and grabbing that bad boy just yet. Okay, so we're back. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and put it on there and thread that down on into there. That should hold the rubber O-ring in place. While we're waiting for that to chill, we're going to open this up. We're going to take and wrap some of this around here. We'll see if we can't get away with using just this. So this here is going to go in there. You can see it very well. It kind of gets dark in there, but I'm going to take and thread this back into there. So this will go like that. Nothing like puttering, fixing old tools and making them workable again. Okay, so that's okay, there we go. Take and run that in. Okay, now let's take and drop this in here. That spring goes in there and it sits on top of the cup. And we will take some more of this. Wrap it around like that and tear it off. Then we'll put this on here. I'm going to thread that back in place. And this will hold pressure on the pin that opens up, that pushes against the spring and holds the pushes against the spring that holds the cup closed so the air can't get through. So that goes like that. Now we're going to take this. Let's see if it fits on here or not. Looks Looks like I need to hit it just a little bit more with the drill bit. So I don't have a reamer. I wish I had a 1/4-inch reamer, but I don't. So yeah, there we go. And we will take and thread that down. Dope. Get the 7/16" wrench on there. We will take and thread this all the way down. This was bought by my father to use in his shop. And like I said, would have been back in the 40s or the 50s when he opened up his shop. Okay, now that pushes on that nicely. And then what we will do is we will take and put the lever here. The lever goes on here, like this, and the pin goes through. And we put the old original, I'm thinking it's the old original cotter pin through there. For now, maybe the old original cotter pin isn't going to work and I'm going to have to go hunt up another one. Oh yes, there we go. It went through. It bends to stay in place. And there we go. And now we have the button. As you can see, the lever that pushes on the pin that holds the air. Probably need to put another rubber washer in there as well. I don't know if I have any more, but that more or less is the total rebuild of the Aero-Motive block and radiator flusher. That's how you can refresh one of these things and make it a whole lot more effective, and so you're not taking a bath or a shower every time you go to use one, because this thing was leaking like a sieve to the point where it was just, you know, even when you held a rag over it, there was just water flying everywhere. So we'll take and thread this like this. And that's it. That's the rebuild on this. And we will make another video about testing it later on.